Let's just get straight to the point and protect our own. We are ready for anybody to hate us for this truth, but we're going to speak it anyway. To the South African girls that live abroad, even if you don't live abroad, but to the South African girls that are dating, married, in relationships with these West African men, I want to tell you the truth, baby girl. You understand? I'm going to make one example of something that I've always been wanting to talk about, but I'm going to tell you the truth first. You see, these political wars that are on the street that you think are political, they are silent wars in your relationship. Okay, there are silent wars in your relationship. When I said blood was thicker than water, blood is thicker than water. People will always choose their own. You will see how people really feel about you when things don't go well between you and them. You will see how people actually really see you. Therefore, it's very important for you to stand up for yourself and protect yourself. I do acknowledge that individuals are individuals. This is not referring to anyone. I'm not targeting your relationship. I'm not targeting your man. I'm not targeting your girlfriend from Ghana. But I'm talking to the South African girls abroad, especially the traditional South African girl. Now, a South African traditional girl is a girl who believes in practices like what? Like ilobola. Ilobola is a common thing in African culture. It is a form of respect, it is a form of honoring you, your dignity, your culture, your family, and. Listen, let me tell you something. A lot of these West African men have more generations of migrants than we do, right? Because these people, they just want to talk about their home on the internet, but you never see them really staying at home. Now, in these Western spaces, that results in them having more advantage in the system or having been in the system before you most of the time. If you're a South African girl, especially a Black South African that prides herself in her culture, that knows the importance of honoring our culture when you do things. I want to make an example of one thing, this whole thing, ilobola. You understand? If ilobola is something that is important to you, among other things, but I'll just talk about ilobola today. As a South African girl who grew up in South Africa, there's certain things that we do that are not really a big deal to an extent. I can make an example now. Who grew up in Eastern Cape? I grew up in Eastern Cape. Do you know how many men used to tell us that if a woman does not have a kid or they don't give birth to my kid before we get married, then I don't want to be with that woman because I don't know if they can have kids. Those little theories that we use to manipulate us. A lot of girls at home would get pregnant for a boyfriend with the hopes that, you know, this person would marry them. This happens across so many cultures and races, by the way. It's not a South African girl thing, but I know this to be a very common thing at home. When you get here abroad, certain things do not move with emotion. There's certain things that are not frowned upon as much in our culture. Like, we don't idolize marriage as South Africans, right? We don't idolize marriage at all. It's not a big deal. South Africans don't want to get married most of the time. It's pretty normal for our women to decide that I am finally at the point of wanting to have a child simply because I do not want to get married, but I do want to be a mom. Now, these West Africans, they're not there yet. They are not as liberated. They have not reached that level. To them, once you are a single mom, they assume that this is the saddest story that has ever happened in your life. They cannot even begin to comprehend that an average South African educated woman can just wake up and say, I don't want you. I just want to have a child. They don't have that in their culture. Therefore, as you do things with them, you have to understand that the way that you see yourself is not the way that they see you. If you're someone that wants to build a family, that wants to be married, that wants to stay with a man, if that man is a West African man, remember this, baby girl, that man, before they inject a kid in their West African sister, their Nigerian sister, they would have gone above and beyond. They would have done the right thing. They would have married her because in their culture, that is something that is frowned upon. Okay? Now, what happens most of the time is that when you move abroad and you meet a guy from Ghana, from Nigeria, and start dating that guy and things start getting serious with that guy, you have to understand one thing. Some of the things that you would think that you are doing for this relationship as a form of consideration, sacrifice, understanding a circumstance that you are in, they are not seen in that way by that guy. Outside South Africa, first of all, we all know that men most of the time don't appreciate the sacrifices that we as women make for family, especially Black men. They feel entitled to your womb, they feel entitled to your service, they feel entitled to everything that you do for them, and they feel like it's nothing and it's free and they should just be getting it like that. You understand? Now, you are here abroad, you believe in ilobola. And most of the time, for a girl to be here abroad is a girl that came because she's an ambitious girl. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how she comes here, but she has a level of ambition that, she wants to push and try new things and want new things. So the last thing that you're going to come and do to yourself is self-sabotage while here abroad, all in the name of love, especially with a man from West Africa. Whether that guy has more security abroad or doesn't, let that not be your personal problem as a woman. You see, the same way that you are busy shouting there at home that, oh, you know what, this man does not have his shit together, I'm not gonna settle for this. You do that with the Zulu guy, with the Xhosa guy, and with everybody at home. Make sure that you set the same standard for this Nigerian guy and this Ghana guy and this Cameroon guy that you are going to meet here overseas, especially the Nigerian guys. When you get here overseas and then you meet your boyfriend from Nigeria and then you're so in love, you want to do your AFCON relationship here. If getting married, ilobola, and all those traditional practices are important to you, please do not make a mistake of getting here and getting pregnant for that man. I know that if you had a man at home, this would have been totally fine to say, oh, we are doing ilobola first, or we already spoke to the uncles, we are getting ready for this, we're in the process, therefore let's have a baby. Don't come do that with a Nigerian man here overseas. What you think is a sacrifice for your relationship, you are showing a level of compromise, you are meeting them halfway, you're understanding their situation. That man sees you as a cheap hoe. They do not respect you. They already don't like us. They are looking at you as cheap. They are looking at you as a cheap person. They are not viewing that the same way that a man from home would be viewing it. First of all, how many of their women do they convince to do things like that? They don't do that. If they were going to have a child or try to get married to their own women, they will go above and beyond. They will go there and do all these ashobi and all these things that they're doing. Do this wedding, do that, do this. But with you, because you are the South African girl, please do not let them fool you into thinking that, oh, you know what, let's have a baby, let's get married, and then we're going to go to South Africa later. Go to South Africa first. You see how I was married to a Nigerian and I got divorced? He went to South Africa first. Yeah, he must go to South Africa. He must go honor your family. He must do all of those things. I'm going to tell you the truth right now. When you get here abroad, you're going to have challenges like immigration. If honoring your tradition is important to you, even if this man has the best intentions for you, because this is not with every man. If you start by getting pregnant and you're pregnant, the next step is to go to court. We have to make sure that this thing is legit in the system. So what's going to happen is that man is going to take you to court. Remember, I said most of the time they have an advantage of being in the system more than we are because they have generations of migrants, which is something that we have not been doing. It's not a lot of us South Africans who are already citizens here, you understand, abroad. So that man might be the one who's a citizen. Please do not let that man inject you with a baby without honoring things that they should be honoring of your culture first. You understand? Because they were not going to do that to their home girl. Do not be the target. Don't let them do that to you. Unless you just want to have a baby and you don't care about those things. If you care for that and that's what you want for yourself, do not let them disrespect you like that. I'm saying even if this man has the best intentions not to use you, really wants to build a future with you, there's certain things that might be a challenge for your relationship. If you start by going to give birth to children, give him children, the next step is that, okay, now we just have to make this thing legit. Let's go to court and get married. Next priority is how do we feed the child that we have? You understand? After the child that is fed, how do we pay for immigration fees for you to get your papers? Do you see ilobola as a priority here? You are going to sit in that relationship, resent that man, be angry at yourself, have your family in South Africa be angry at you for problems that you cannot even control. Because all of these things, they require lots of money, they take time, it's sacrifices. So if these things are important to you, please do not start with the last thing. Do not start with meeting the Nigerian man and giving him a baby. Don't do that. Don't give them no babies. Okay, don't come here abroad and abandon your purpose and things that you came here for and make sacrifices for a Nigerian man or a man from Ghana. Don't do it, ladies. And if you're going to do marriage with them, do it right. You understand? Do it right. Let them ship their whole family and go to South Africa and respect your family like an African man does. Do not be the target as a South African girl because you are nice. They have papers abroad and you don't, or you depend on them to give you this. No. If a man loves you, they want to marry you, they must start by loving you and marrying you. Babies will follow and other things will follow unless that is something that you want for yourself. I've seen a lot of some of our girls who get trapped in this whole thing. You know, when you come here, you feel like, okay, now he's the one who has this, he's the one who has that. You get married to him, you go to court, and then you have a baby, you have another baby. Hey, babies are so expensive and let me not say evil, but I don't want to use evil anymore. I don't want to get in trouble. But babies are so expensive. Immigration is so expensive. I've seen a lot of relationships suffer. 7 years in, 8 years in, no lobola. We must pay for daycare now. Lobola is no longer an important thing. This happens at home too. You understand? In so many relationship dynamics. But can you imagine that happening to you and you don't even have a single family member? You are alone, just like me, in a foreign country. Do not let them play you. These are the same people that will come online and say South African girls are cheap. They don't know sacrifice. They will never appreciate anything that you do for love. They don't see love. They don't know love. They come from a culture where things are transactional. Their women build them on everything and anything. Therefore, when you do things out of kindness, they take it for granted. So before you come here abroad and give that Nigerian man a baby, know that and know very well. Let the AFCON go to South Africa. We have a culture too, don't we? You see how the man came online to disrespect me here and try to tarnish my brand, all the shit that he was doing here. Can you imagine how I would have felt thinking that I gave him a baby, I sacrificed and put my family and myself last and told my family that, oh, you know what, guys, yeah, let's try and figure this out first and then we'll come later to do the global. No. He went to South Africa. He did everything that was required by my family. You don't start with the last things. You start with the first thing. They will not expect that compromise from their own girl, but they will expect it from you because you are westernized, because you don't have a culture, because they do not value you as a South African. They don't even like you, to be honest with you. And I used to take that personal until I started seeing how they treat their own women, until I started seeing how their mothers are treated by their own fathers. And I was like, there's no love here. You understand? You just hang out with them for vibes. Hang out with them for vibes. It's rare to find a West African man who values a woman. It's very rare. They don't like us. They objectify us. The only thing that they want to talk about is your nyash, your body, your this. You understand? Sarapat man. Don't be a Sarapat man. They will never appreciate your soul, your heart, and the kind of person that you are as a South African. Their women build them. For their women, it's transactional. Anything is transactional with their women. So don't be the nice girl. Before you become the nice girl for them, you have to understand that there's no winning. A nice girl is the girl that is going to be called cheap. You are going to be a hoe, you are cheap, you are accessible. You just gave me a baby for free. You moved in with me for free. Oh, you do, you cook, whatever. There are girls that are billing them, that are transactional. Pay me this, give me this. Before I talk to you, give me this, send me this. Those ones, they are wicked. They like money. Nobody is winning. You understand? So look out for yourself because nobody is winning. Don't let them take advantage of your kindness as a South African girl, because we South African girls, we are very, very kind. We are very, very kind people. So don't let them take advantage of that kindness. So I just came to say that to my South African girls, especially the girls that live abroad, stay woke. They don't like us. Please protect yourself. Protect yourself. Protect your dignity. Protect your country. Protect your culture. You have a culture too. And in our culture, Malume must go to the gate first if that is important to you. If it's not important to you, then we're not talking to you. Anyway, that was the message for today. Hi.